Hello, coaches. I wanted to come on here for just a few minutes and help some of you with some clear expectations and what we're looking for when it comes to these breakout sessions for the teams. So one, I want you to realize that the time allotted for this team meeting is 45 minutes. Now, that doesn't mean you have to use up the entire 45 minutes. You can use up less than that. It's fine. We just wanted to keep it underneath of that time. So keep that in mind. Another thing I want to let you know is we will have these meetings, try to have these meetings either biannually or trimester. And so you don't have to unload the bus and give them everything that's on your heart and cover everything about your ministry in this 45 minutes because it would be impossible. So remember that. Try to maybe put a plan in place where over these next couple of years you'll be able to help your team to grow in the areas that it needs to bring more honor and glory to the Lord. Another thing I want to let you know was these meetings are not necessarily just training sessions for the people that are in your team already. These will also be times where somebody can come and take a glimpse into your ministry for maybe for the 45 minutes and just see if they'd be interested in being a part of your team. So as you're putting your notes together, remember, we want to let them know kind of what your ministry looks like on a typical Sunday, or if you meet maybe once a month or every couple of months, we want them to know kind of what the nuts and bolts are of your ministry. So keep that in mind. Not only training, but we also want to try to inspire the people that aren't in our ministry that may be looking for somewhere to serve. So more than likely, hopefully, you'll have some people at that meeting that are not in a ministry and they're just looking for a place to serve. And we understand that if they come in and they see your ministry and maybe they're just not interested, or maybe they thought it was different than that, that's okay. We will shift gears with them, and this isn't just a one time they have to get the right ministry on the first meeting. That's not the case. We will adjust and we'll kind of evolve them into whatever ministry God has for them to serve in. We want them to enjoy it. In these meetings, I've sent you the notes about kind of what we want to cover in this, but I want to shine a little bit of light on those 3 points and kind of help you as you put your plan together for that evening. Number 1, we talked about how we want to inspire. So we want to inspire, we want to inform, and we want to initiate. Okay, so those are the 3 big items that we want to cover in that evening. Number 1, we want to inspire. We want to inspire. So what does that mean? In this particular part of the meeting, I want you to communicate why your ministry is so important, why your team is not necessarily the best team, but why your team is in place. Why do you exist as a team? And this is a time for you to inspire your team. And the reason we've chose you as a coach is because you are driven and you do love what you do. And we want you to communicate that to the people that serve on that team, whether as a captain or as a worker. And we want them to see your heart, everyone in the same room. That way we're all on the same page. During this time also, we would like you to share a verse and make this part of the devotional time where people are coming to church, and we want them to not only buy into what our team is about and maybe be inspired to join our team, but we want to give them the reason biblically why your team is so important. So, for instance, if I was a part of the Awana team, okay, or the Awana Club at our church, which may be the biggest ministry in our church, and we want to inspire them to be on our team, I would share a verse like maybe Proverbs 22:6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. I would use that word train in my training session to just inspire the people to know that, man, this is an eternal work. This isn't just a time to pass by, or maybe just this is my ministry that I serve in. We are making eternal progress through the church to the people of God. And I would use that verse. If I was on the faith team, I would give them a verse like this, John 13:34. A commandment I give unto you, that ye love one another as I have loved you, that ye also love one another. So if I was on the faith team and I was training my people, I might use that verse to say, man, as these people are coming into the church each week, we want to make sure we are loving them and we are empathizing with them and we are helping them and we are letting them know that they belong. And man, just inspiring the people through the Word of God why our ministries are so important. For all the teams, one verse that I could use during this Inspire time would be Ephesians 6:7. It says, with good will doing service as to the Lord and not unto men, I want to remind the workers that this is an eternal work that we are doing. And we are not doing it unto the people that we necessarily serve, even though we are. But in serving them, we are actually doing an eternal work that is for our Heavenly Father. I would use another verse like Hebrews 6:10. For God is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love, which ye have showed toward his name, in that ye have ministered to the saints and do minister. Man, these are verses that I could use in my Inspire portion of the evening to just let my people know, man, we are in an eternal work, and this is more important than any of us together or all of us together. It's about us glorifying our God which is in heaven. So number one, inspire. Number two, we want to inform during this meeting. So this might be a larger part of the meeting. It might be a smaller part, but we want to let them know that what is going on in our ministry, how it works, what the schedule looks like, what the procedure is. If I'm on the safety team, what routes do I take? How often do I check certain doors in certain areas of the church? We want to go through these things. We want to walk through the training process. We say, man, we want to have you shadow a person for maybe 2 or 3 weeks, and then we'll give you a little bit more training, and then we'll put you in a position where you can serve on your own. What is the current rotation schedule? If I'm on the nursery team, how often am I expected to serve? When should I show up each week? What is involved in the job, whether I'm checking kids in or whether I'm a runner taking the kids from the counter to the room, whatever it is. This is a great opportunity to explain how things should run, and a great opportunity with everyone in the same room to give clear expectations on what you as the coach expect from the people that are on your team. So number one, we said inspire. Number two, we want to inform them of information about the ministry. Number three, we want to initiate. So this might be a bigger portion of the meeting as well, but we want to initiate the questions of who, what, where, when, and how. We want to lay all this out and just say, okay, what questions do you guys have for me? Now, make sure as the coach, you are directing the conversation to not go in a negative way. Yet some things might come up that you can answer and you can handle quickly. But we want to make sure that people aren't just coming with all of their problems and just laying them out. This is not the time for that. One-on-one is the time for that, and that is biblical. But what we want to do in these meetings is just inspire them to ask questions. We want to see their heart. We want them to know that they are being heard from us. So some of you have said that, man, if this training goes right, and what if I get 10 people that want to come and be in my ministry? I wouldn't even know what to do with 10 people that would want to be in my ministry right now because we're good. We have all the spots filled. Well, there's coming a day possibly when you will not have all the spots filled. So my recommendation to you that have a ministry full of people and you really don't know what to do with everybody if they all came is, man, just have them shadow a different person, maybe for the first 1, 2, 3 weeks, and then find a different spot, open up some areas of ministry. Think through your ministry and find out, man, if I had somebody that could fulfill that purpose in my ministry at that time, think outside the box is what I'm saying. And and if you have issues where you just have so many people, please come to me and we can move some people around, and we can ask people that are signing up for your ministry if they would be willing to serve in another ministry that is really hurting, because we have many ministries in our church that are in need of some help right now, like yesterday. So thank you so much for your time. I'm so excited about where God has led you, and we're so excited about you being in the position that you're in right now. God has given us some unbelievable coaches, some incredible captains, and we want to make sure that we capitalize on this launch and make sure that it is exactly what God wants it to be. So I want to thank you for all the hard work, and we really appreciate you so much. Thank you so much, and you guys have a great day.